Kaeyi and welcome to Hardware Heaven. Today we are going to be taking a look at The Last of Us. Now before I go into any detail or any information about the game and my opinions on it, I'm gonna say outright now that there is gonna be no spoilers in this video. I've been specifically instructed by the PR people that I'm not allowed to talk about any of the storyline, anything that majorly happens, or really just anything that could be referred as spoiler content. Now this is a good thing. This shows confidence in the strength of the storyline, and it shows that the developers don't want it to be spoiled because they really want you guys, who will hopefully go and play it after watching this or watching any other review, they want you to be immersed in the story and really enjoy it because they spent a lot of time making this game, and trust me, it paid off. Let's get right into today's review. The Last of Us was developed by Naughty Dog, who also made games like Uncharted and Crash Bandicoot. Now put those games to one side because The Last of Us is nothing like that, and you really can't judge what you should expect by The Last of Us based on those previous titles. Graphically, this game is stunning. I was impressed when I saw Tomb Raider 2013 with the Trez effects and the hair, but The Last of Us has taken the graphics of the end of this generation of console gaming and taken it to the next level. This is stunning. It's really beautiful. I wish I could show you more of the gameplay because it is just awe-inspiring and it is amazing to look at. But unfortunately, because of spoilers, I can only show you a limited amount. So what is The Last of Us? It's a survival horror game set in a post-apocalypse time. It's set 20 years in the future from the incident that happens at the beginning of the game. Now this game is very emotional. There are things that will make you cry, things that will make you angry, and it will provoke a reaction at every turn. If you are someone who doesn't really like being emotionally affected or is quite faint-hearted, then this probably isn't a title that you should play. Another warning, if you are new to the survival horror series, you're going to find this difficult and most likely frustrating. If you're wanting to play this game because you want to play the story, you want to look at the fancy graphics, and you want to be emotionally attached to some characters because you haven't had that recently, then I would definitely play it on easy. I started off on normal, found it quite difficult because quite frankly, I'm not that great at survival horror games. There were some parts where the tactical side of things really frustrated me and prevented me from actually continuing at that point in time, to then later go back to it and just found that the story kept me going. I wanted to find out what happened to the main characters. I wanted to know what was going to happen next, and I wanted to make sure that everyone was okay because quite frankly, I had already been attached within the first 2 hours. Now, despite this game getting 10 out of 10 from every reviewer left, right and centre, I have found some things that I think could have been improved before launch. Despite them being minor things, they're things that I feel that I, as a reviewer, should tell you guys, because seeing 10 out of 10 everywhere is actually a little disheartening. You want there to be a problem with it so you know that everything was looked over and that it was just a small problem, so you're going to buy the game anyway. But seeing a perfect score to me just looks like it wasn't looked that in depth. Now, the things that I had a problem with are simple things like the subtitles. Now there are a lot of things going on around you. The audio in this game is great, the music is great, and the dialogue that you hear when walking around the streets is perfect. But when having the subtitles on, because some people might be hard of hearing, some people might be playing it for a let's play and their viewers like to have subtitles on so that they can read what's going on over the commentary, the subtitles are scattered. Now if you're walking through a street and a lot of people are talking, it doesn't say who's talking and the subtitles overlap, so it looks like you're missing text and missing some of the dialogue, and that can be a little bit of a problem. For something so basic, I would have expected that Naughty Dog would have implemented some sort of feature so that you can actually add name tags or at least know where the dialogue is coming from, or just turn off unimportant dialogue so only main characters will be put in the subtitles. Another thing, as I said, the learning curve is really harsh. For someone who is new to the genre, it's pretty difficult, and you'll encounter clickers, which are pretty much impossible to kill. They instantly kill you if you mess up, if you don't creep around them or be tactical about how you're maneuvering around a certain area. You will die over and over and over. You guessed it, over again, and it becomes frustrating. I wanted to play it for the story. I'm not that into horror games. I don't like being scared. However, The Last of Us has done it perfect. It's intense. You want to carry on because you need to know what's going to happen. You need to know that you're going to be okay, your friends are going to be okay, and you need to know there's going to be a happy ending because it was so sad from the start. The horror is just the music, the suspense, and really the fear of what is going to happen next. It's not that jumpy. Nothing's going to jump out and try and eat your face off, but if you mess up, then something is going to eat your face off. You have the opportunity to avoid all combat. If you're clever enough, you won't ever get in a fight, but if you do mess up, you'll find yourself crawling to grab the nearest weapon, pole, stick, knife, and you'll be trying to fight your way out of something that really you cannot win. More than one enemy and you will be dead, so you have to be careful. The last thing that I'm going to fault about this game is that it's quite dark. Even when I set the brightness up to high, it was quite hard to see some things. Now this is probably intentional. They don't want you to be able to see your entire environment. You're in a post-apocalypse setting, there's not electricity going on everywhere, there's not everything that you need. You've got a torch, you can use that, but again, it's like a typical torch in a game where you have the circle and you can only really see what's going on in that circle. I would like it so you can set the brightness a little bit higher, so again, if you are recording, because I'm a YouTuber, I'm making this video now, that the people watching will be able to see what's going on, because when you render and edit videos, it gets a lot darker anyway. So that's just another little thing that I would have added. Now some positive points, apart from the ones that I've already babbled on about, the graphics, the gameplay, the story. Oh my god, the story. It's so emotional. It drags you in and you cannot escape. You're locked. I've thought about the story and I've wanted to dive back in and finish it ASAP because it is just amazing. It's so clever. The AI works really well in my opinion. Some people said that it broke the immersion a little bit. Now what do you expect from something that isn't another human player? Apart from that, they move out of the way, they don't get in the way, they help you, they actually kill things. When they tell you that they're going to kill an enemy, they do it, which is great. You have to tackle one enemy at certain points in the game while they'll tackle another. They do it the exact second that you do it. It's timed perfectly and they are intelligent. There are little things, like at the beginning, I can't show you, I'm going to have to explain this in the best way possible. The beginning sequence, there's one point where you're in a car. Now the character that you are playing at the time does a 360 in the car, like they can turn and look at the windows, and as you're looking and you're changing the perspective of your point of view, she shifts in the car and actually turns. Now this just makes it so realistic, and it's just little things like that that I really appreciate when I'm playing this kind of game. I am going to give this game the first game that I've ever given this to our Diamond Award. Now this basically means money is no option. You should go and buy this game and play this game because it's stunning. If you don't like horror, it's not that scary, but it is tough. So if you're not into having tactical things that you're going to have to repeat over and over again, then play it on easy and just appreciate the storyline because it is still worth it. If you like a challenge, play it on normal, and if you're crazy, play it on hard. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you've already played it and what did you think of the storyline. Avoid posting spoilers in the comment section because I would appreciate it. I don't want to spoil it for everyone because I really think this is something to cherish. For the end of this generation, this game could be put on PS4 and you wouldn't notice the difference. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!